welcome. My name is Erica, and today I'm going to be guiding through some movement and breath practices, specifically intended to help to curb or lessen some feelings of anxiety, anxiousness, feeling a little scattered, flighty. So for this practice, you don't need any props. You don't even actually really need a yoga mat. In fact, if you're somewhere where the weather is nice and you can do this outside barefoot in the grass, that alone can be incredibly grounding and can help to counter anxiety. I do have a blanket just for at the end. In Shavasana, it can be nice to lay a blanket or something that has a little bit of weight. You could use a bolster or a pillow, something across the hips. Anything else that kind of helps you to feel cozy. I will be guiding you into Shavasana at the end of this practice and then ending the video there. So if you might want to have a timer or a timer app or something like that so that you can set yourself a longer period of Shavasana, maybe like 5 to 7 to 10 minutes. So we'll go ahead and begin in a standing position. So you're going to find Tadasana, mountain pose. So for most of us, that's going to be about 2 fist distance width apart, sit bone distance. If it's more comfortable for you to stand with your feet really close together, I invite you to do that. For me, sit bone distance width works. Putting a little bit of a soft bend into the knees, looking down at the toes, spreading all of the toes wide, lifting them up, and then placing them back down onto the floor. And then ungripping the toes, unclenching through the toes, just allowing them to just set on the floor. Pressing down through the big toe ball mound, through the little toe ball mound, and through the heel of the foot. Pressing down through the outer edge of the foot. And then lifting through the inner arch. And then if you can begin to isometrically separate your legs, press your legs apart, so you're not going to go anywhere, right? Your feet are on the ground, but if you were to push your legs apart from one another, feel what that does to your leg muscles, turns everything on, getting that really nice sense of stability. That lift is coming from the inner arch of the foot, traveling up through the leg line. And from here, bringing the stability into the hips, thinking about growing the hips out of the thighs, lifting the waist and the belly away from the hips, the ribs up from that, lifting the heart slightly from that. Maybe taking an inhale, shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears, and as you exhale, rolling the shoulders down and back, shoulder blades moving towards one another, palms and elbow creases coming to face forward. Take an inhale here, side out the mouth. Lifting through the crown of the head gently, softening your gaze. Deep breath in through the nose. And then through pursed lips like you're blowing out through a straw, exhaling through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through pursed lips. Long and slow and complete. And making sure you have a soft bend in the knees, you're not locking out. As you're ready, we'll inhale. Let's sweep the arms out, up and around. Interlacing the palms above the head. Let's exhale to press the palms away. Feel the feet pressing into the earth. Inhale to reach up through the arms, stretching through the side body, through the front body. Exhale, feeling yourself settle, pressing into the earth. And this time when we inhale, let's come up onto the balls of the feet, the toes, lifting the gaze slightly. Exhale, slowly lowering back down onto the heels. Again, inhaling, lifting up onto the toe ball mound, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, slowly lowering the gaze, slowly lowering the feet, trying to match the length of your inhale and exhale with your movement. Inhaling to lift once more. And exhaling to settle back down. Pressing the feet into the earth, inhaling, lifting through the hands. And exhaling, crescenting to the right. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to crescent to the left. Inhaling back through center. Exhaling, crescenting right. Finding one fixed point for your gaze, allowing the gaze to be soft. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling over to the left. Let's do it one more time to each side. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, crescenting right. Inhaling to center. Exhaling to crescent left. Inhaling back to center. Then let's exhale and twist the torso to the right, keeping the hips more or less squared to the front. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling and turning to the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling right. I'm cueing but moving with your breath. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to the left. Then we'll inhale back to center. And exhale, bring the palms to touch, float them down to heart center. On your next inhale, let's sweep the arms around and up. And as we exhale, let's float the arms down, bringing them palm and elbow crease face up to a T, shoulder height. Rooting into the feet, soft bend into the knees. Inhale, growing tall through the crown of the head. Exhaling, let's twist to the right. Again, moving the torso and the arms, thinking about keeping the hips squared to the front. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling, twisting to the left. Inhaling through center. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling through center. Exhaling, twisting left. Inhaling through center. Exhaling, twisting right. Inhaling to center. And exhaling, twisting to the left. Let's inhale through center. And exhale, float the arms gently down. This time, let's sweep the arms up and around on your inhale, taking up some space as you do this. Reaching for the sky, growing long through the body. And as we exhale, let's fold halfway. So looking to make like a capital L type shape with your body. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to release the tension on the hamstrings or the low back. And the arms can stay up alongside the ears. And as we inhale, let's sweep the arms back and open, palms facing down like an airplane shape. Inhaling here, exhaling to bring the palms back towards one another over top of the head. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to bring the palms overhead, finding one place to look at on the floor. Inhaling to open. Feeling the strength of your legs supporting you, the feet rooting into the earth. Exhaling to bring the arms back overhead. Inhaling, open. Long through the tailbone, long through the crown of the head. Exhaling overhead. So that one more time, inhaling, the palms open. Exhaling, hands overhead. This time really rooting down into the feet, soft bend in the knees, strong legs to come up with an inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Maybe placing one hand over the heart, the other hand over top of that. Softening the gaze. Closing down the eyes. It's taking a moment here to acknowledge your heart underneath your hands. Breathing into the heart center, if you're able. Just imagining And as you're ready, we'll release the hand. And when you're ready to take another inhale, we'll inhale to sweep the arms out and around and up, taking up that space, yeah? And with an exhale, bending the knees as much as needed to fold forward, spilling your torso over top of your legs. So bending the knees as much as you need so that your hands can come down to the mat. So it might be quite a bit, yeah? And from here, let's inhale, slide the fingers across the toes, across the feet, across the ankles, into the shins, pausing just below the knees, finding that capital L-ish shape, right? Ish. Inhaling here and exhaling to slide the hands back down the legs, back down the feet, over the toes, back down to the floor. Letting the torso hang, letting the head hang. When you're ready to inhale again, we'll slide the hands over the toes, the feet, the ankles, the shins, coming up into that sort of halfway, sort of capital L shape. And exhale, sliding the hands back down along the body, back down to the floor. And then let's take the hands and clasp opposite elbows and just allow yourself to rock a little side to side here, a little ragdolling. Just allowing the natural weight of your head and your arms to kind of traction out the spine. Feeling the support of your feet. Legs are strong. Softening the shoulders, maybe nodding the head yes, shaking the head no. Another inhale here. Exhale, blowing out through pursed lips like you're blowing out through a straw. Feeling the body release. And then again, lowering the hands back down to the floor, touching the toes, and sliding back up, hands over toes, feet, ankles, shins, coming all the way up now, knees, thighs, we come up to the hips. Let's stand for a moment with the hands on the hips. Lifting through the heart center, lifting through the roof of the mouth, crown of the head. Pressing down through the feet. And as you breathe in, I invite you to feel the breath moving in and down, as there's a gentle lift through the heart and the crown. And as you exhale, feeling the breath move up and out, feeling perhaps you stand a little more solidly into your feet. Inhaling, breath moves in and down, body gently expands. It's a lift through the crown of the head. And exhaling, the breath moves up and out, and the body settles, drawing back towards center. Maybe maintaining a little bit of that lift. And as you inhale, feeling a lift and gentle expansion, you might think, I am. And as you exhale and feel the body settle, planted firmly on the earth, you might think, here. Breathing in, I am. Breathing out, here. Gaze at one steady point, and if you've closed your eyes, just fluttering the eyes back open. And let's go ahead and step the feet a little wider than hips distance. Maybe not like the widest stance that you've ever taken, but a little wider, yeah? Maybe about shoulders width distance. Now let's take the hands and interlace them behind the back. And then pressing the hands down towards the floor, straightening through the elbows, allowing the heart to lift, the shoulders to drop down. Maybe the gaze comes up slightly. Soft bend into the knees. Inhaling here. As we exhale, let's fold forward, bringing the hands up towards the sky. Again, bending your knees as much as you need to, yeah? Taking the tension out of the hamstrings. And as we inhale, we'll lift up halfway, just like we did before. And exhale, fold. Inhale to lift halfway. And exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale to fold. And then bringing the hands down to the low back, taking the palms flat against the low back. Let's take the hands down again, the length of the legs, so we reach the feet. And then we might take the elbows and clasp again, ragdolling here again, little sway side to side here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through pursed lips. And then trailing the fingers back up the length of the legs, coming back up to hands on the hips with the strength of your legs. Press in to rise up. And then we'll step the feet back together again, back to about that sit bone distance width. And let's take the hands behind the back. So if reverse namaskar is available to you, the reverse prayer hand, go for that. If not, no big deal at all. We will just fist bump ourselves, or you can also kind of take an interlace of your fingers right here with your hands, the backs of your hands against your low back. So finding what works for you in your body in this moment. Rooting down into the feet, growing tall through the crown of the head. Let's inhale here. Exhale, we'll turn to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhaling to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to stay. Let's release the hands. Let's sweep them wide around and up. Inhaling, maybe the palms touch, maybe the gaze lifts. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Softening the gaze, looking at one fixed point, or maybe closing down the eyes. I invite you to check in with your breath. Noticing where in your body your breath wants to land. Is it in your abdomen, in your belly? Is it in your ribs? Is it in your chest? Is it in your throat? Just noticing. Not trying to judge. It's not supposed to be anywhere right now. It just is where it is. Inviting a full and nourishing inhale. And a complete exhale. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling again through pursed lips like you're blowing out through a straw. So checking in with yourself here. If you're still feeling really agitated and like you want more movement, I would recommend just starting the video over and going back through that sequence again. If you feel like you're ready to come down for breathing, come on down to seated. So whatever kind of seat is comfortable for you. Kneeling, you might be sitting cross-legged, you might sit up on a pillow or a block or a bolster. You could be sitting in a chair. Find what works for you. And so we're going to do a few rounds of Chandra Vedana. So that's moon passing through breath, or moon piercing breath, sometimes it's called. So it's a variation on alternate nostril breathing, where we breathe primarily in through the left nostril and out through the right. And then back in through the left nostril and back out through the right. So we'll do a few rounds of that. Do it for about a minute or two. And then we'll do a couple of rounds of Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing, which is a balancing breath. So the Chandra helps to calm, helps to bring things down. And then the Nadi Shodhana will help to just kind of balance and level everything out. So traditionally for this, you take the pointer and middle finger and tuck it down. And we'll use the ring finger and the thumb to alternately block off the nostrils. If this doesn't work for you, you can take your pointer and middle finger to the middle of your brow point and just use it as like a pivot point. And if neither of those work for you, you can totally just use alternating hands. Yeah, again, finding what works for you in this practice. So the left hand could come into, actually let's do this. Let's take the left hand into a gentle fist and place it underneath the right arm. This is support, so you're pressing just underneath of your armpit. Taking whatever mudra hand gesture is working for you. We'll start by blowing all the air out through pursed lips. And then with soft gaze or eyes closed, let's take the thumb, block off the right nostril and inhale left. Closing the left nostril, we'll exhale right. Closing the right, let's inhale left. Closing the left and exhaling right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Softening the belly, inviting the exhale to be full, complete. Before we close it off, and inhale again. Belly soft, inviting the breath deep into the body. And exhaling right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling left, perhaps noticing where in your body your breath lands, feeling a gentle expansion, 360 degrees. Exhaling right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. And we'll inhale left. And exhale right. And we're going to change it up a little bit, moving into Nadi Shodhana, excuse me. So now we'll inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhaling right. Exhale left. And you might find as you practice this that your inhales and your exhales naturally start to grow longer. Looking to make the exhale slightly longer than the inhale each time. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. And exhaling left. And let's release the hands down into the lap. The gaze soft with the eyes closed, breathing through both nostrils. And just checking in, noticing how you feel. If you feel like you'd like to continue with the breath practice, please feel free to do so. Again, making the exhales a few counts longer than the inhales. When you're ready, we'll move from whatever seated position you're in into a wide-legged child's pose. Not the widest legged child's pose maybe that you've ever taken, just enough so that there's space so that your belly isn't smushed up against your legs. Taking the toes together, the knees apart. Let's walk the hands out. Bring the forehead down towards the mat. And just massaging out across the brow, rolling side to side here. And then from here, we'll go ahead and slide out onto the belly. So 2 options here. We could take Crocodile Pose. The elbows go out to the sides, hands stack on top of hands, and the forehead comes down to rest. If this is not comfortable for you for whatever reason, you take your hands out into more of a cactus shape and turn the head and rest the right cheek on the earth. And we'll just stay here for a couple of breaths. Breathing into the belly, feeling the belly against the earth. Allowing the feet to be heavy, the knees to be heavy, inviting with an exhale, the hips to soften, the belly to soften, the heart space to soften. Softening through the shoulders, through the jaw, allowing the arms to be heavy. Feeling yourself belly to belly with the earth. Breathing. Let's go ahead and roll onto the right side. You can use your right arm as a pillow, bending the right knees. Our left hand can rest down along the hip or on the floor. It can feel nice to just place your palm flat against the earth. And we'll just rest here for a few moments before moving into Shavasana. Watching the breath. Watching the exhales all the way out to the end, allowing them to be complete. Inhale rolls in, finding space within the body to move. Full and nourishing, and then the inhale rolls out with the exhale. Allowing the exhale to go all the way to completion, following it all the way to the end. It might be longer than you think. No need to rush to the next inhale. It'll come when it comes. And then allowing the inhale to roll in and down. Bringing with it fresh oxygen, fresh prana, life stuff. And as you exhale, the breath moves up and out, taking with it what the body no longer needs. And perhaps you can feel your body settle a little more solidly onto the earth. Every inhale, feeling a gentle expansion. And every exhale, feeling the body drop back to center, settle. And you're welcome to stay laying this way as long as you'd like. If and when you're ready, straightening out the legs, rolling on to the back, making your way into Shavasana, setting a timer for yourself, giving yourself at least 5 minutes, 7 to 10, even longer than that if you have the time. You might take a blanket and place it across your hips and thighs. That gentle weight can be just a nice grounding and secure sensation. You can allow yourself to be like 10% more comfortable. Please do so. You might be putting on another layer, might be putting socks on or cushioning your head, putting something under your knees, whatever you need in this moment. Making some space between the feet, making some space between the hands and the body. You might walk the shoulder blades gently under the back just to create this flat surface area across the back, a little gentle opening across the collarbones. The palms might turn up. You might keep the elbows and the shoulders in this position. You might turn the palms to face down onto the earth. Maybe a little more grounding. Softening the gaze, allowing the eyes to close. Might invite one final thought as you inhale, feeling the body gently expand, thinking, I am. And as you exhale, feeling everything soften and release to be held by the earth, thinking, here. I am here. Allow yourself to rest in Shavasana as long as you'd like. And thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Take care and be well.